Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. सर्वप्रथम हरे गुरुपाद पद्म नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम
First
विष्णुपाद
of all, may obecensya Nitya Prabhupada Vishnupada, Mathura Shati Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Slavamana Goswami Maharaj, and to Nitya Prabhupada Vishnupada, Mathura Shati Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, to the lotus feet which remove all the fear, my obeisances again and again I offer to them, prostrated obeisances. After that, my obeisances to Nitya Prabhupada Vishnupada, Mathura Shati Srila Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Goswami Maharaj, Nitya Prabhupada Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, and to all the sannyasis here present, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here as well, and also to those who are eager to listen Harikatha, and to everyone, please accept my accordingly Dandavat pranams to all of you. So today, so we're here to speak about Viraha separation today. So, Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad, Astotara Shat, Srimad Bhakti Pragyana, Kesava Goswami Maharaj. Today is Stira Bhav, Disappearance Day. So we are following this tithi. About his transcendental life history and his great contribution, especially today, is also Sarad Purnima, this full moon. Today, Gurudeva used to also speak in brief way, describe about Sarad Purnima Katha. And at the same time also, Gurudeva used to speak also about the transcendental life history of his Gurudeva. So, taking shelter of this Sharad Purnima, Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Sutara Shatsi Srimad Bhakti Pragyan, Kesava Goswami Maharaj, he went to serve his worshipable deity. Especially, his eternal form is Vinod Manjari. You all know how the Nitya Swarupa, eternal form in Goloka Vrindavan of Srila Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Goswami Maharaj is Vinod Manjari. And in today he went to serve his worshipful deity in the Maharas, in the Sharad Ras, this Rasalila of Sharad, autumn season. So, but today is also a very pure day. So today is Sharad Purnima. So Srila Sukadeva Goswami Pada told to Parikshit Maharaj about Sharad Purnima, this full moon of this month. So today is the first day of the month of Kartik. So we're following Kartik. And Kartik starts in Sharad Purnima, this full moon of today. So Brajendrananda Shamasundara, taking shelter of the Sharad Purnima, he Sharad also means like autumn. So with Krishna did Sharadiya Rasalila, the Rasalila of the autumn season, with Radha and his Sakis. So this is explained in Bhagavatam by Shukadeva Goswami Pada. But before starting to describe this Rasalila, first Shukadeva Goswami Pada started to describe in a beautiful way how is the autumn season, Sharad Ritu. So he said, how is the autumn season so beautiful? Hey Maharaj Parikit, seeing this autumn season, Krishna felt in his heart so much udipan, stimulation. So Shukadeva Goswami Pada says,
Kusumita Panaraji Sushmita Bringam द्विजकुलगुष्टसरं सरितमहीन्द्रं मधुपोतिरवग्राह्यचारयानुगा सह पशुपालबल उचुजवेणु गजस्त्रियो आश्रुतवेणुगीतं स्मर उदयं काचित् परोक्षं कृष्णस्य ससखीं भो अवर्णयन्. Srila Sukadeva Goswami कहने लगे,
Srila Goswami Pada said, "Hey Maharaj Parikshit,
काल के बाद ही
after the rain season time comes the autumn season after the rainy season. So in this time of rainy season, all the lakes and ponds and rivers, because of the water of the rains, of the rain, the water of the rivers and ponds become so much dirt, like dirty. But when comes this autumn season, then the water of the ponds and the lakes, the rivers, they become pure and like clean, like immaculate, spotless, right? Sorry, spotless. If you even drop one coin in this lake, you'll be able to see the coin coming to the bottom of the lake, and because the water becomes so clear in the autumn season. So the meaning of this is like actually the sadhaka in his heart. The more the heart, so the more the sadhaka is getting his heart cleaned and going from the stage of like a shakti to the stage of bhav. So the sadhaka's heart becomes so pure. So the description is there. So in the same way, so describing the autumn season also, every year there are so many flowers, like making everywhere becoming fragrant, like the flowers with their pollen, with their fragrance. The flowers, they are blossoming and also inviting the bees, bumblebees. And who helps the flowers? The wind. The wind, takes the fragrance of the flower and also the pollen of the flowers unto the bumblebee. So inviting the bumblebee. And all like the bumblebees, the bees and bumblebees, they come to the flowers, and they, at the time, so many kinds of birds. And then Krishna, when he goes to graze the cows of his friends, Krishna, with the sound of his flute, Krishna is enchanting everyone's hearts and giving bliss to everyone. And Krishna is attracting everyone close to him and playing the flute and giving bliss to them. And listening to the sound of the flute of Krishna, the Vraja Gopis, this Mara means like this lust arose in their hearts. So some gopis, so then the gopis in an indirect form, and they started describing many pastimes of Krishna. So this is Udipan, like stimulation. And then Krishna was doing his pastimes, and when he started describing these pastimes of autumn season, because what happened? Krishna gave a word to the gopis, a promise to them, that when he stole their clothes, he said, next year I'll fulfill all your desires. But in the next year, because of the anger of Indra created some chaos in Vraj, right? With the rains and everything, with the rain and storm. So Krishna had to lift Giriraj Govardhan in the next year. So when Krishna was 7 years old, he lifted Giriraj. So that time Krishna couldn't fulfill the desire of the gopis. So when Krishna was 8, 8 years old. So Krishna, by the sound of his flute, he give pleasure to the gopis by their prem, and then they did the Rasa Leela. So how the gopis, they serve Krishna in Rasa Leela. So there were many kinds of gopis in that Rasa Leela. Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Sarida Paksha, Tatastha Paksha, and also other kinds of gopis like Munichari and Shrutichari also. So many kinds of gopis, they were present. And how Krishna did Ras. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami explains. So that's why this Rasa Leela of autumn season is so also famous. So in this Sarad Purnima, means in this full moon of this autumn season, Param Guru Maharaj, he went to worship his worshipable deity in the form of Vinoda Manjari. With Rupa Manjari and Lalita, etc., by their guidance, he went to serve them. So Gurudev used to describe this. So now I'll just briefly talk about this life history of Param Gurudev. What is the speciality of the Acharya? So now you told about what's his life history, transcendental and like supernatural, his life, not mundane, divine. So you heard. So you heard about how his life was like completely transcendental. Just like our Hrishikesh Maharaj told that when Param Guru Maharaj was a small baby, maybe 1 or 2 months old, his mother put some oil in his body and then put him under the sun so that the body of the body of the baby would be very healthy, so that he could get vitamin D. So his mother put him under the sun's rays. So his mother put her newborn baby, after applying some oil on his skin. So she did some massage with him, with oil, and then she put him under the sun. But just for some reason, she just went a little bit inside the house very quickly. But then a very big, like eagle, or I don't know exactly the translation, but a big bird came and took the baby. Took the baby, and then everybody was like desperate. What? But if God wants to protect someone, nobody can kill that person. So that's why in Hindi proverb says. This is true. So like this eagle took the baby, but then just put the baby on like a bark of a coconut, the coconut near the leaves of coconut, there's like not exactly a bark, but it's some fiber made of the coconut that belongs to the coconut tree, and this also falls down from the tree sometimes. So it's so the eagle just put the baby on this kind of bark of coconut, this coconut fiber, like a strong leaf, not leaf exactly, like a bark or fiber. So put the baby there. So Bhagavan protects his devotees, and everybody was like, oh, desperate. But then, so this eagle just put the baby on this like coconut bark, and then so then the pair, like his mother, could take the baby back, because the eagle put him in the coconut bark inside the lake, in the middle of a lake. But the mother, like in the middle of a pond, but the mother could again take the baby back. So how she raised her baby.
और
You
उनके
heard
पिताजी के
when he was young,
देहांत हो
his
गई
father
और
left
उनके
body
माँ
and
किस
his
प्रकार उनके पालन
mother
पोषण
was
किया
taking care of
और
him.
विशेष करके जो
And
है बड़े होने
especially when
लगे
he grew up,
हैं,
Srila Bhakti
सारी
Pragyan,
जमींदारी के सब उनके माँ
he
सारा सब कुछ देखभाल भी करती
he
थी
used to take
और
care of all the lands of his family, like of his mother, you know, the properties.
विशेष करके जो है
And
ये विनोद
especially
बिहारी ये ब्रह्मचारी
Vinod Bihari
उसके नाम
Brahmachari,
रखा था उनके जोना नाम रख
his
दिया
name was
है?
Jonah.
हाँ? और देखो और उन्होंने कैसे परोपकारी है
And how he was
परोपकार
Paropakari.
दुखी कौन दूसरे के
Paradukha
उपकार
Dukhi.
करते हैं जिसके
Paropakar means somebody who's doing welfare to other people, like people who does good deeds to others. And Paradukha Dukhi means somebody who becomes upset seeing the distress of others.
दूसरे के दुख देख कर हृदय पिघल
So
जाता
when
है
he
वो
sees the
दूसरे के
distress
ही
of
उपकार
others,
करते हैं इसके परोपकार
actually those who see the others suffering and their heart melts when seeing other people suffering, then this person will be able to help others because so this is actually
कैसे
para
था
upakari.
विनोद बिहारी ब्रह्मचारी एक समय जो है
So
करीब
once
8 8 साढ़े 8 बजे घर में लौटे
Vinod
और उनके
Bihari
माँ बहुत
Brahmachari came
चिंतित
back to
हुए
his house maybe
चिंतित होने
8:30 or
लगे
9
हमारे
p.m.
बालक भी कहाँ
and his mother was so
गए और एक ही साथ
worried.
विचार करने लगे ना जाने इसको शासन नहीं करूं कहीं आगे
Where
जाके
was my
इसको
son?
दंडन हो जाए
And if I don't
देखो
chastise him or
हाँ
give discipline to
उनके
him
माँ ने क्या
later,
की
he might be so naughty and do
जब
like
दरवाजा तो खोला और
deviate,
खोलने के
like
साथ ही जब आए उनको दंड लेकर
maybe
माने
he'll not
छड़ी
behave
लेकर
properly
के
later.
उनके
So
शासन करने लगे जैसे
so
माँ जसोदा
so
गोपाल को
when
जैसे
the boy came back to the house like late at this time, like 8:30 9 p.m., his mother was waiting near the door with a stick, you know, to chastise him, just like um just like Mother Jashoda chastising Gopal as well.
शासन करने लगे उसी प्रकार
So in the same
उनकी
way,
माँ उनकी
his
शासन
mother
करने लगी
also started
बोले तुम
chastising him.
आज कहाँ चले गई इतने
Where are
समय
you
देर नहीं
today?
हुआ
Why did
हैं?
you come so
मारने
late?
के लिए ऐसे
So she
छोड़ी
was
जो है ऐसे हिलाए देखो उस समय
like
विनोद बिहारी
raising the stick to
ब्रह्मचारी
him like this.
इतने
But
सुंदर बोले
Vinod
देखो
Bihari
माँ
Brahmachari told such a
आज
beautiful
जो है
thing.
हम लोग एक
Oh my mother, today,
क्लब बनाया और उसमें हम लोग
no,
स्कूल
we
के
did some
जितने
kind
भी
of
लड़के
group
जो है
and
उस
all the
जो है
boys
हम
from
लोग थोड़े
school,
थोड़े पैसे एकत्रित
we
करते हैं
gather,
विशेष
we
करके
collect all
आज
our
हम
monies
टिफिन
from
के
the
लिए
tiffin.
पैसा देते हैं
Like, mother,
उस
you
पैसे
give
को
us
हम
money
खर्च
to
नहीं
eat.
करते
You know, because the mother, they give some money to the kids to buy some food in the school, you know, canteen, like this, eating some snack or something. So the boys, they were collecting, like saving this money, saving up this money, and they were making a fund to help people.
उसके हम लोग क्या करते हैं एकत्रित करते हैं
So we
और सभी
gathered,
स्कूल के
we
बच्चे जो है
save up this
एकत्रित करके
money
उस पैसे को
and
जो है
then
जहां पर गरीब आदि व्यक्ति
use
जो
this
है
money to help
उनका
some
हम
poor
सेवा
people
आदि करते हैं
to serve
आज
them.
एक विधवा
But today, one
दीर्घ जो है
widow lady with
उनकी
a
डायरिया हो
widow,
गया
and
और उसके पास
and
कोई
a
नहीं था
widow, she had diarrhea and
आज
no,
मैं और दो
so
एक जो है
nobody could help her. No, she had
स्टूडेंट हम
nobody
लोग
to
गए
help her.
उसके
So me and
घर पर और
another
भर्ती कराया
student, we
और उनकी
admitted
समस्त
her
प्रकार
at the
के
hospital and
चिकित्सा के व्यवस्था करके
we
आज
arranged also
उनके
for
घर
all
पर
her
ये आए हैं
treatments. And then now
इस
we're
कथा
coming
के
back.
सुनते ही देखो उनके माँ के हाथ से
Listening to
छड़ी
this,
गिर गया
the stick
और
that
उनके
her mother
सारे
had in
शरीर
her
जो है
hands
कांपने
fell
लगा
down and she
अंत
started
में
trembling, shaking.
आंखों से आंसू
In the end,
निकालते
her
हुए
mother was
अपने
crying
बालक के
and
छाती पर जो है
she
लगे
hugged her son
और
against
इसी
her
प्रकार
chest.
कहते हैं देखो
So
विनोद बिहारी
you see,
ब्रह्मचारी
Vinod Bihari Brahmachari,
कैसे परोपकारी
how he was
है इसी
paropakari,
प्रकार
like
उन्हें
doing welfare to other
लोगों की
people,
ही
good
करते
to
थे
others.
शिला
Well,
गुरुदेव कहते थे
so Srila Gurudev
उन्होंने
used to
जब
say
कॉलेज में
that
पढ़ते दौलतपुर
when
कॉलेज में
he
जब
was
पढ़ते
in
थे
Dholakpur college, like
कॉलेज में
studying
उस समय जो
college,
है चैतन्य चरितामृत
so there
ग्रंथ
was a
जो है पढ़ाया
subject
जाता था
about Chaitanya
उस चैतन्य
Charitamrita in
चरितामृत
the
ग्रंथ
college.
में एक श्लोक जो है
So there's a
जीवेर
sloka
स्वरूप
of Chaitanya
भय
Charitamrita.
कृष्ण नित्य
Jivira
दास
Swarupa Hoy.
कृष्ण तृषशक्ति भेदा भेद प्रकाश देखो उसी कॉलेज में समस्त
So
प्रोफेसर
in
के
this
स्कूल
college,
से
all the
सब मायावादी थे
professors, all the teachers, they were
शंकरपंथी थे
Mayavadis. They were
शंकरवादी क्या बोलते हैं
impersonalists. And the
शंकरवादी भगवान की जो है
Shankaravadi people who follow
नित्य
Shankaracharya, they
नित्य
say
स्वरूप के नहीं मानते
they
हैं
don't accept the
भगवान के
transcendental
शक्ति को
form
नहीं
of Lord.
मानते
They
हैं
don't
वो
accept
कहते हैं वो निशक्ति
the potency of
निरंजन
Lord.
निराकार
They think
तो
that
उसमें
God has
विनोद
no
बिहारी
potency, no
ब्रह्मचारी
form, anything.
वो
So
स्कूल
Vinod
के
Bihari
प्रोफेसर को
Brahmachari,
कहने लगे जे
he
आप
told
लोग
to
जो
the
कहते
teacher of
हैं
school
आप लोग जो
teacher,
कहते हैं जे ब्रह्म के शक्ति नहीं है
you say that Brahma has
ब्रह्म
no
निराकार
Shakति, Brahma
निर्विशेष
is
है
Nirakar,
किंतु ये
Nirvishesh.
चैतन्य चरितामृत में यह तक कहते हैं क्या
But Chaitanya
जीवेर
Charitamrita
स्वरूप है
says that
कृष्ण नित्य दास
Jivira
और
Swarupa Hoy
कृष्ण
Krishnera
शक्ति
Nityadas.
भादा भेदा भेद प्रकाश कृष्ण के शक्ति इसमें वर्णन कर
That
रहे हैं और भेद ही
is
अभेद है
explaining about
आप
Krishna
इसके
Tatastha
बताइए
Shakti,
आप
this
जब
look.
बता रहे हैं आप लोग जो कहते हैं ब्रह्मा निराकार निर्विशेष निशक्ति
So you're
उसमें
saying that
शक्ति
Brahma
नहीं
has
है
no
तो
potency.
इसमें तो स्पष्टीकरण कर दे सकती है
So this shloka is saying that he has potency God, but the teachers could not give any answer. Then Vinod Bihari Brahmachari said, what is the benefit of me studying with these people? So he went to Mayapur and then he met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, and he made these questions to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, with a beautiful language and simple also language, he explained, quoting Bhagavad Gita and all the Vedas, with many verses, he explained to Srila Bhakti Prajnana, and then Srila Bhakti Prajnana left everything and took shelter of the feet of Bhakti Siddhanta. And then after that, he saw to be able to fulfill the desires of Bhakti Siddhanta, I must take care of all his properties here, all the property of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. So how Srila Bhakti Prajnana used to do? When he used to go to the court for some lawsuit case, some trial, or he had some like some things like for the properties and these things. Then he used to go sitting on a very nice horse. Everybody was calling, oh, Vinod Babu, Vinod Babu. Especially when he had to cross the river from Mayapur to go to Krishna Nagar. So it were 2 cents, 2 paisa to cross the boat, but he would give 10 paisa, like 10 cents for the boat driver. That's why all the rickshawalas, they were saying, people who drive the rickshaw, they were saying, oh, Vinod Babu, sit on my rickshaw, come with me, come with me. Why? Because if the fare was actually 1 rupee at that time was so much. That time was like 1 anna, but anyway, so when it was like 1 anna or 2 anna was a measurement of like a currency at the time. So if it was like 1 anna or 2 anna, he would give even much more. I think 1 anna is 6 rupees. It's not actually another currency. It's just some name of a quantity of rupees, but of cents, paisa. But anyway. So seeing he was like overpaying, saying like that. The rickshaw wala, the drivers of rickshaw and boatmen, seeing this, his god brothers, they came to complain to Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. We, with so much struggle, like with so much endeavors, we bring bhiksha, like we bring these donations to the deity, to the temple, like the money, But Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, he is like wasting the money like this. If the expenditure is like 1 paisa, 1 cent of rupee, he's spending 10 paisa, like he's spending more money than he should, like wasting money like this. So they were complaining to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, never complain about Vinod. Whatever Vinod does is good. Bhakti Prabhupada told.
से चलते हैं, जहां पर 1 पैसा की खर्च होता है वो 10 पैसा खर्च करता है। इसी प्रकार कंप्लेन करने लगे। देखो प्रभुपाद ने क्या कहा, देखो विनोद के ऊपर कभी कंप्लेन मत करो। अरे विनोद को ऐसे मरे घेचू है, माने विनोद जो करते वो ठीक ही करते हैं।
Whatever Vinod is doing is good. He's doing properly.
कैसे सेवा आदि की, अभी महाराज ने श्रवण कराया।
So how he served Bhakti Prabhupada,
रक्षा करने के लिए बड़े-बड़े गुंडे को,
and to protect the property also of Prabhupada. Bhakti Prajnana, he would collect the taxes for Bhakti Prabhupada, for the people who used to like rent his land and like this. So actually nowadays we go to Mayapur and to the birthplace of Mahaprabhu, but actually who manifested this birthplace of Mahaprabhu? Bhaktivinoda Thakur manifested, yes, but Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, he has a special contribution, because that place was under the control of the Muslims, but he brought some people with him, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, and during the night time, he took all the bones and he threw away in the Jamuna, in the Ganga.
और देखो रातों रात वहीं पर
And during nights, also in the middle of the night, he just made a beautiful garden, just like a park.
अच्छा 2 मीटर
Give me
देखो
only 2 minutes
पार्क
more.
जैसे बना दिया
So he made just a beautiful
बड़े बड़े
park,
वृक्ष
big
जैसे
trees,
आम के पेड़
just
कटहल
like, for
के पेड़
example, mango
नारियल के पेड़
tree,
लगा दी
jackfruit
और
tree,
मुसलमान लोग आकर
coconut
के
tree,
देखो
he
ये कब्र
planted.
खाना तो क्या
Next
ही
day, the
ये तो
Muslims,
जैसे नया कोई पार्क बना है
so how the Muslims could say that that place was theirs and it was their cemetery, because it looks like a beautiful park, look like now a beautiful
उन
park.
लोगों ने कंप्लेन किया
So the Muslims
पुलिस आई
tried to
विनोद बिहारी
complain to the police.
ब्रह्मचर्य देखो
Police
हमें मिल
came.
गया 50
Vinod
वर्ष
Bihari
हम पेड़
Brahmachari
है
said, "We already live here for 50 or 60 years." Vinod Bihari told to
देखो
police,
हमारे
to the
कागज
police.
पत्र है क्योंकि वो स्थान को जो है मुसलमान लोग जबरदस्ती कब्जा कर लिया था और उसने वो कर दिया
You see, we have this paper proving.
विनोद बिहारी ब्रह्मचर्य
We
देखो
have
हम
these
लोग 50
documents.
वर्ष हमारे
Vinod Bihari Brahmachari
और
told to
देखो
the
हमारे
police,
कागज पत्र
"Look, we have the like the property deed. You know, we have this paper showing that this property is ours. This
कि वो
document."
स्थान को जो है
Because actually, the Muslims they had like by force, like usucapion, like this, like by force, slowly captured the land.
मुसलमान लोग जबरदस्ती कब्जा कर लिया
They had they were allowing control of the land because the Muslims they are like this.
सब क्या करते कब्जा करके बैठे हुए आज राम जन्मभूमि से लेकर
So the Muslims they want to do this, like all the places of the Hindus, they just want to capture that place, like to be in control of that place and just like destroy or never allow the Hindus to do anything in that place. Just like, for example, the Janmastan, the birthplace of Lord Ramachandra also. Krishna Janmabhoomi and many places. The Muslims they have tried to do this or they do or they done, so they always like this. So and they even change their names. For example, Mayapur they called Miyapur, the Muslim people. Fakirabad, Vrindavan, and many they also changed the name. So Vinod Bihari Brahmachari said, "Look, this tree is like 30 years old. This tree is like so old. How can we like we were always we were here already, you know?" Vinod Bihari Brahmachari told the police. Then the police agreed. Yeah, this is true. Okay, so show me your document. But so police told to the Muslim, you are saying that this land is yours, so show your documents, like that saying that this land is yours. But the Muslim said, oh, we don't have any paper, any documents. So police beat so much. The police beat so much the Muslims, and the Muslims they ran away. So how? Then Srila Bhakti Prabhupada he made a very beautiful temple in that land. And then Prabhupada, so he fulfilled this heart's desire of Prabhupada, and later Prabhupada made a beautiful temple there, and especially Prabhupada gave his name also this title, Kriti Ratna. Kriti Ratna. Srila Bhakti Prabhupada gave him this title. Which one? Kriti Ratna. He has so many qualities. What can I tell? Like, for example, in this Acharya Leela, his pastimes also as Acharya, as an Acharya, he also established this deity of white Krishna. Shweta Vigraha, the white deity of Krishna. Why? To show that, and also she showed with giving proof, like giving proof of the scriptures. When Krishna disappears from the Rasa dance, he was thinking about Srimati Radhika, namely Tala, and then Krishna manifested the form of like this white complexion, and then this white Thakurji is showing. If you go to any other Gaudiya Mata, you see that Krishna is black. Krishna black. But in our Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, Srila Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Goswami Maharaj, his speciality is that he established the white deity of Krishna. And he established this according to the Shastra. And he's so rasik also. You see, for example, the song of Mangalarati. That song of Mangalarati actually is all the evidence actually from the Shri Krishna Bhavanamrita and Govinda Lilamrita. So beautiful, all this. My tongue wants to speak more. Okay, evening time I will speak. Without Harikatha, what is it?
ब्रह्मचारी की जय, नित्य जागृत भक्ति प्रकाश केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, तदीय सुबह तिरुभाव तिथि की जय, तिथि पालन करी भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे।